Don't blink, it's your boy. Welcome to the Welcome to the Show. Hope doing well. Plus, having a wonderful day on this 20th July. In a rushing around, somebody told me you had a boyfriend. Looks like a girlfriend. A rushing to pair you wearing a vesture. A supernatural, like a potential. Or rushing around, somebody told me you had a boyfriend. You're like a girlfriend, another to tell you where in a fashion. Some compilation, I got potential, a rushing around. Don't like it's your boy Hank. Welcome to the show. I'm doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 20th July 2025. I wish it was planned, but it wasn't. However, what it was planned is raising my cup to you. To you, to you behind, to the parents in your house wondering if you are watching Corn. No, you're watching Ing Vendetta, which is as great, hopefully. Um, Today we're talking about passing down the torch, which is something that is gonna be a crazy subject because there's some delusion of grandeur, there's some delusion dot. There's a lot of things that comes into the subject. Yesterday I made a video called "We Feel Great," and I was talking about how oh, and it all has become it's a really good song. 3 days race, baby. 3 days race, baby. So, yes, I made a video called We're Doing Great, and it was about how feeling good, biggest ploy, biggest advantage was you were able to help your friend, right? Now, there's been a lot of worry today because my boy trying to make content, right? And I want him to be okay. And it's funny because I don't know if it's because I'm in a good mood or because we're doing good lately, but it's odd. It's I don't know. You know, before, I mean, as a as a friend, of course, you want him to do as best as he can. And as a friend, you don't care if he succeeds or not. You just want to be happy. You just want him to do what he wants, and if he's happy, then who gives a shit, right? I'm like a big brother, hopefully. And I'll never change as animal right become how we believe it's not the real me. Somebody help me get the shine more. So yeah, so you want it. And then you're a bit nervous because this guy is starting to make content. So in a fucked up world, there's a position that you're like, okay, well, I want my boy to succeed. And this is a problem of Stefan versus Ing Vendetta. Um, the problem with Stefan is, okay, I want him to succeed. Vendetta is like, yo, more competition, you know? My apologies for the burp. Disgusting. Through this nightmare, right? And then you realize and you remember, right? So many people used to watch you or used to watch me, right? And a lot of them became content creator, right? And the sad thing is, they became some kind of creator and then they stopped. But then the whole platform became kind of not necessarily well toxic for them, toxic emotionally toxic for them. So they were in a position where, for example, right, this is something that you'll feel. You go to a job, right, and you get fired or you quit. You going back to that job is weird after that, right? And they'll be happy to see you a couple of times. Like you'll come and visit, like, yo, how are you guys doing? And you'll be happy and you'll miss them. But at the same time, they don't really miss you. It's just weird. And after 4 or 5 times, you're gonna feel like you're not as welcome. And after 10 times, you feel like you're the weird guy that comes in. I don't know. It's not like I went 25 times to my last job. Of course, I wouldn't. Who would do that? Not me, of course. Um, but then it is. So when social media is considered a place for social, a place for fun, but it is also you create content, it's work. The darkest side of me, no one will ever change this animal. I've become how we believe. It's not the real me. Somebody help me get this animal. I have become how we believe. It's not the real me. Somebody help me get this animal. Such a good song. Anime. Cheer this race. Guys, gonna be finishing Cheer 3 of the Tower shows Shield, which is on Northe. Um, so yeah, and then those people that were your viewers, and then it's funny because I get a lot of people. I get a lot of people say, "Hey, you inspire me. You inspire me to make content," which I'm super proud about. But then at the same time, I feel like before, and I don't know, again, I'm in a good mood, so maybe that's why. But at the same time, you're like, yo, the plan is not to inspire people. The plan is to get a community, a fan base, you know? And at the same time, you guys know that I don't have the best experiences with fellow content creator. I had this girl last week who was super nice in one of my lives. And then she started sharing the life. And then she started sharing the life, and I literally told her yesterday, stop. Because she started sending me other people's lives, and I'm like, dude, I don't know that person, I don't care. Which sounds like a dick, but is the truth. Technically speaking, if I was able to care about everybody on the platform, I would. Technically speaking, I'm not able to. Technically speaking, I don't think it's possible, right? So, told her to stop, and I'm like, how do you expect support if you don't support? And I'm like, well, the reason I support because I care about you, not because I hope that you support back in return. And I was hoping that the reason you're supporting is because you cared about the content or about me, not just wanting something in return. But I guess I was dumb. You know, you without you. Now we're listening to Garden Solitary, one of my favorite songs. I'll be better off alone. Do 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 without you. I don't mind, just I sleep all alone without you. See you, Ramona. I think, my girl. I think I found this up, you know. Yeah, this is me, guys. Juggling 3 playthrough, 2 movies, well, 2 videos. We're also watching this, and I'm going to be starting to watch something called The Herculite. I'm hoping to see the moon tonight. There's going to be a special moon. I'm really hoping to see it. I really feel like, it's so hard to find people that, and again, it's such a, oh my god, you see? Told ya. Me. But at the very same time, it's good because we just died. So because we died, we pay attention. We're off alone without you, without you, without you, without you. I don't mind when I sleep all alone. Without you, without you, without you, without you. I think I'll be. At the same time, it's so complex because even though you have community, it's gonna be very rare people are gonna be staying with you for 10 plus years, you know. Now, I know what you're saying. Start by having. You're gonna sound like my dad. You sound like my dad. You get a fucking job, you bum. Oh, that's not what you want to say, okay? Well, you still sound like my dad because what you just said is start by having a public for a couple of years, right? She's cute. Ain't no way you got the reference. Okay, she's cute. So what I was saying is, you're right. Try to get for 1 year, but at the same time, I've been having the same people for a couple. Oh my god, couple of months, which is more than I usually get, which is making me, again, go crazy, go in denial, go in delusion of grandeur, right? So, but then you think about 4 years, 10 years. I've been making content for 4 years. If I kept one person since day one, a day one, as they say, which I didn't keep, they would be there since day one, and it would have been 4 years, you know. So by having that, it's really hard. And then, as a young content creator, as an immature person, more so than young content creators, I felt threatened because I'm like, fuck. This guy he used to watch me, now he's making content, so he's not gonna watch, right? Which is extremely selfish. But at the same time, if I'm, okay, so this is where I sound like an asshole, this is where I justify myself. I don't know most people. I'm not close with most people. There's a humongous handful of people I care about. There's a humongous amount of people I see on a daily. There's a humongous amount of people that I'm talking to on a daily basis, like this girl. I'm talking to her, and of course it's because she's cute, but still. So you put yourself in a position of, like we have this relationship through life, if we don't have this relationship through friendship. And then even when you have the friendship, like, okay, well, I'm super close to this guy. Like, for example, I have Janice. Janice has been around for 6 years. We have Anna. Anna has been around for 5 months. I'm not sure how long. The only reason I know Janice is because he tells me, yeah, bro, 2 years, where's my gift? Where's my croissant? We've known Sarah for Sarah Winslow is actually one of the only one that's day oneer. I say day oneer is possibly day 60, but who cares? Shao has been the 29th subscriber of my channel, so he's a day oneer, which is cool. But Shao knows Steph, not Ink, right? So even then, it's gonna be very hard for someone to be as close to me as Janice is, because Janice I've known for 2 years, right? We've talked for hours and hours. If I was Janice, I would have run away, but he stayed. So hopefully the guy doesn't know how to run, right? I'm on right tracks about you and all the fact. And I time you broke my heart, you fall apart. That's a fact. I just jitty there about that. I just see with where I'm at. Airplane mode is on my phone, and I just kick it with my cat. Yeah. Make every promise I break. Read it so you. I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to be there for you. Mistake, I know the sound and I shake. They are there for you. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll do whatever it takes to be there for you. That I make. You guys now know why I can't have music that I make content, because me, I would sing for 7 fucking hours. Who knows? Maybe karaoke night with Ink would be cool. So yeah, so you see people and like, holy shit, dude. And then at the same time, it's such a funny story, because I saw, and this is a true story, and the person that I'm talking about that doesn't know him. So I was in this other person live, right? And the reality is, I was watching a TikTok live. So TikTok live, when they finished, right, they'll send you to another person. Now they send me to another person, which is French Canadian, just like me, from Montreal. And this person is hated. But because he's hated, he gets a lot of negative comments. And because he gets a lot of negative comments, TikTok thinks that he has a lot of engagement, so they promote the channel. And I was doing my clips. I said, okay, let's do it like that, because I'm doing my clips. I'm in the zone. I'm working well. And then I started hearing him complaining about, oh, I need money. Just like crusty crabs, you know. And move that I make, every promise I break, be there for you. And then I look at the chat, and the only person that was kind of defending him was a guy that goes to my streams. He goes to my streams, and then he goes to my stream, and with me he's super nice, but everybody in the chat hated that guy. They call him the N-word, even though he's not black. They call him the F slur, even though he's straight, just to try to get under his skin, you know. And then it was horrible. It was horrible because he was getting a lot of hate. Then I almost stepped in to defend my boy, because we're not friends, we're not close like that. But again, the guy, there's no reason for you to hate on the guy. The guy's not even on the screen. The guy's just chatting, right? Besides, TikTok is very strict for the word you cannot use, so there's no way that he said something that bad. And I started looking at what he said, and he said some horrible stuff. The guy said some horrible stuff, and then the next day, he comes in the chat, and I'm like, bro, I kind of don't want you to be here, you know? But yeah, and this person is also a content creator, and they're shutting out, and they want to make content, you know? So it's hard for you to see people that used to watch you make content in a selfish fashion, right? In a selfish fashion, you feel insecure because, like, oh. And at the same time, you cannot expect people to follow you for the rest of your life. So then you start thinking the other way around, right? And people ask me, why do you make content? Well, this is my dream, first of all, but what did I start? I was getting bullied, I wanted to change life. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Is I got a role model. When I look at my life, I had role model. They were not real, but I had role model. And because I had role model, because I had torch bearer, right? I was in a position where I was able to, I don't know, I was in a position where I was able to become another person, a better person, right? So technically speaking, right, most of your Your influences are going to be your parents, your friends, right? I didn't have a lot of friends, and my parents were so different that I felt like if I did something, I was going after the other person, right? So if I do like that, I have to find a way because they're broken, right? They're more broken than Kai Cenat. You know? Then at the same time, this is also something that's crazy. They say it's somebody like Kai Cenat, right? And he has, let's say that he has 23,000 people watching his stream. I think it would say a lot about the person. And again, I'm thinking Kai Cenat because he's one of the biggest streamer. Not because I had a vendetta against him. Just because. So with Kai Cenat, imagine that he has 23,000 people watching his stream, right? And because he has 23,000 people watching his stream, imagine that he's not inspiring one person to make content, right? I have a couple people watching and I inspired them to make content, right? Which is a great thing because then again, I had role model. I had Rich Piana, I had Chester Bennington, some of my teacher, right? Aziz Stradivarian, Oliver Sky. I had a lot of role models. A lot of people in my life have really helped me out, you know. And I realize how lucky I am with the people in my life, and I realize how lucky I am with all the influences they gave me, you know. So then I'm asking myself, like, hey, maybe those people, they don't have as much as a torchbearer as I did. And that's not their fault. It's entirely not their fault. They're kind of just victim of circumstances. That'll work. I think so. They're victim of surrounding. You had a shitty surrounding where you didn't have any role model. So then you're the person that was able to guide them, right? And then you look at people, and you look at people that have been making content for a while. And I got the perfect example, GMM. I think the perfect example, GMM, which is Go Morning. On this entire enterprise, they have employees, they have a team. Those teams have a family to feed. They have salaries, they have a retirement plan, you know? Those people, how many people did they influence over the years to make content? And they're not mad about it. They still have this loyal following, you know? And at the same time, it's possibly something that I'm more associating myself with. Give me, in between XQC, which is a French Canadian just like me, my apologies. And you give me something like Good Mythical Morning. I think Good Mythical Morning is amazing because they've been doing content for 15 years and it's been amazing. They've been their father, their spiritual dad, you know. And then you inspire people, and then you kind of feel, because you feel. If I inspire somebody to make content, right, it's a big deal because I'm like, holy shit, bro. I can't believe I inspired you. I'm so thankful for that. But at the same time, it's weird because you kind of feel responsible for them, you know? Maybe they say something bad. It's such a scary thought because if I never had somebody that I inspired to become. Oh, what? I thought it was something else. What is this sound? You see, they're a bit too high or a bit too far. So, for example, if you inspired someone, right? And you inspired someone, you're like, holy shit, I inspired someone. Which is freaking great, right? It's amazing. But I never had that. And what if they're popular, extremely popular? Am I the kind of guy to say, hey, this is because of me, bro? You're there because of me? Maybe I am. I've never been in that position. And then at the same time, even if I don't say it because I know it's wrong, do I think it? I don't know. I'm working for a temporary agency. Do I think they're fucking assholes because they're taking half my salaries? Yes. Yes. Do I need them? Yes. Am I going to be nice because I need them? Yes. Is me being nice because I need them totally disingenuine? Yes. How do I sleep with that? I sleep with a belly full, you know? Trust me, the building that I have filling it up costs cash. um, it's nuts, bro. It's really nuts. Turn it only don't let go. 'Cause I hate that it seems you were never in love. Um, but then at the same time, do you feel responsible? And then, but when somebody does something really bad, and this I can attest to. So I was kind of popular. I had a bunch of people, and a lot of those people were women. Obviously, because of the good looks, right? No, I didn't. I was faceless back then. Yeah, your love. Maybe I had more people when I was faceless. When I imagine. So yeah, and there was this guy in my chat, and he was a mod because he asked me to be mod, and this guy was a total creep. He was texting every single girl saying, "Hey, I have OnlyFans because I like you. I'm gonna make it free," and then didn't know that was gonna happen. And then when I knew it, I felt guilty because I was like, "Holy shit, this is going on in my stream." Right? I allowed this person to be the way they were. Imagine you inspired people, and this is the craziest thing. Imagine that you inspire an asshole to make content, right? And you're giving him a platform. You didn't give him the platform of YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, Snapchat, Pornhub, MySpace, Kick, and there's probably much more, but Facebook, but I don't know about them. Twitter, I don't know. So you give them a platform, and they say some of the most horrendous shit, and they become a kind of like a crazy person, right? I don't know why I would attract a, the craziest thing? They say opposite attracts. I'm insane, so most people I attract are sane people. Now, does it make more sense to be insane? Yes, a lot more, right? It's just if you inspire people and you didn't give the platform because you didn't give them but you inspire them to make the content, right? And they actually made some bit more toxic. Everything in life is a question of balance, right? You can be a good person and a good content creator with normal values. There's gonna be a dozen with fucking greed and fucking lust, and they're not there for the right reason. Am I there for the wrong reason? I think so. I don't know. For me, it's the right reason. For somebody else, it's the wrong reason, right? I mean, it's a fucking eye drop because you cut one head. Because what happened if you we hear the horror story, Maximilian, psycho. Feeling suicidal. Not done them on the rifle. I'm living in denial like I'm on the edge. You're in my head. And no, tell me you need me, even if you won't. I don't wanna play pretend. Tell me this song. Of course, nothing nowhere. Just pretend. Won't, baby, we can play pretend. And imagine, there's been a lot of, like, for example, J Station. How many people were like J Station? There's a bunch of freaking assholes on social media. Now, I think life is about balance, right? So the more asshole they are, then possibly the more of good people there are there, right? You see, there's this. I'm gonna sound fucking hateful, but it's not. Okay, there's this person called Camila Araujo. Camila Araujo is a pretty girl. She's gorgeous. She went on a Mr. Beast video, and then she opened an OnlyFans, right? And then people were like, "Yo, we made," and then people were getting mad at her because she's like, "Yo, you're selling your body online." She's like, "I don't give a fuck," and she was using her brother for views, which is disgusting because you're a sex worker, which kind of promotes incest, but who am I to judge? If you want to do it's your body, your choice, I guess. So people were saying we made the wrong person famous, and then there was another case of Sam Sulek, fucking mosquito. I got you, bro. Sam Sulek, when he became popular, was super generous with his fan, and what people were saying, we made the right people famous. We made the right person famous. Now this, although it's less publicized, is a mentality of a lot of people. They're seeing people say we made the wrong people famous. I am watching Nikocado Avocado. gotta say, all of his content, I was like, yo, can't believe this guy is famous, right? And then we saw Kid Boga, which basically was doing something that was pure and noble, scam baiting. We made the right person popular, right? But at the same time, you see, and this is the thing what I'm trying to say. This is the thing what I'm trying to say, right? This is gonna be a very narcissistic. This is gonna be a very in your face. This is me. Yeah, screaming. See, they can't stand it. They're nervous about it, right? So if you take a person that makes good content, right, or is a positive person, they'll inspire people to be positive, right? Well, hopefully. And fucking ads. So many ads. Holy shit. Oh, MGK. Doing that thing. I mean, again, I got a skeleton in my closet. Again, I said, my heart, you lost it. So down. Right now. Small town. So down. I can't help it. I can't help. Yeah. I write this song for you. Look what I've turned into. You looked dead into my eyes and she saw nothing inside. I wrote a song for you. Look what you turned into. You looked dead into my eyes and she saw nothing inside. Doing that thing with it happen again. Got my shine, now I'm made it. No, flipping again. Now I'm space kid. I can't help it. I can't help it. I feel selfish. I feel selfish. Yeah. I did this song for you. Look at what I turned into. She looked dead into my eyes. He saw nothing inside. I said something into. She looked dead into my eyes and she saw nothing inside. Did a song on serotonin. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So yeah, so good content creator will possibly inspire, hopefully, good content creator, right? And because they inspire good content creator, most of the people that are going to be inspired by them are going to be good content creator. Makes sense? Makes sense, you're right. But all I need to do as a single person, right? So it's all a question of a roots of a tree. If I go in, I'm a single person, right? Think about a kid. How many people does it take to make a kid? 2 people, right? So if you have 1 kid, then you lowered the you lower the population. If and only if you have 2 kids, then you didn't change the population. And if you have 3 kids, you increase the population. Make sense? Now with us, what's going on is we're a simple content creator, which is a good thing but a bad thing. Because all I need to do is inspire. I don't know where it is. Where's my... I cleaned the apartment and now I can't find it. I lost my... Well, I didn't lose them. I just have to find them. I don't know where it is. Fuck's sakes. Since I'm a single person, right? It's a lot easier. There you go. Okay. So since I'm a single person, it's a lot easier to come in and be like, I'm gonna inspire people to do good. Okay? But all I need at the same time is 2 people to be doing something good, and I increase the good in the world. That's all I need. I just need to inspire two content creators to do something good. We might have already inspired. Oh, she got it. Sheesh. Not bad, kid. Not bad, kid. She got it. She's good. She's good. Talking about Scott Pilgrim. She wants to dye her hair. And she wants to go blue. And I said, okay, I see you, Ramona, which is Scott Pilgrim. And she talked to me about it. And I was like, yeah, you don't know who Ramona is. She's like, Scott Pilgrim, baby. I was like, you're right. You're right. Which I hate. Because, again, this is the exact same thing. This is the exact same thing. I'm a weird person. She's a weird person, right? She's very weird. So there's a kind of balance. There's no balance, actually. It's both like this and like this. I want like this and like this, so we balance. That's all. Ooh, this is good, dude. Paramedic is good. People are going crazy, bro. So yeah, in a positive position, all I have to do is inspire two people to make good content, and I have put more good in the world than I did. Right? At the same time, if I inspire 3 people to be negative, then the world is a worse place that I left it, that I came in. I left the world in the worst position that it was when I came in, which is not good. So then it becomes a question of popularity. Did I inspire more content that is positive, or did I inspire more content that is negative? So you see why. And inspiring is a humongous thing. Like, for example, Chester Bennington. How many people have you saved? And then the story ends with him not being able to save himself. Rich Piana, who prone. Those are all gonna be my role model. Rich Piana was proning some legal use of gear, roids and shit like that, right? Aziz, who went from a nerd to a fucking Greek god, died of we don't even know why he died, which leads people to believe that it's drugs, right? So you see these amazing people, you see this amazing human being, and now you realize how they died. And I don't think death will ever be glorious. Let's be clear. But at the same time, you know I got you, bro. Fuck you, mosquito. Or some spirits, I don't know. There's never a glorious way to die, right? But then you see them and you worship them as idol. You worship them as idol. Literally, I want to be this guy when I grow up. When I was younger, it was I want to be a firefighter dad. I want to be astronaut mom. I want to be the best doctor in the world and save people from cancer. I want to find a cure for HIV, right? Nowadays, I want to be this streamer. I want to be this guy. I want to be this other guy. You know? There's the world how it goes, and that's normal. That's okay. That's okay. And not everybody's like that too, right? Where it bothers me is, like, because they have this legacy. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because they're torchbearer for me, and now I might become a torchbearer. So those torchbearers are passing down the torch, and I'm passing it down again. So the grandparents of the kids I'm gonna have with torches. Clip that out of context. Doesn't make any sense, but you kind of understand. And then their legacy is kind of solely because of how they died, right? Like, oh fuck, you know how he died? Like Elvis Presley. You always hear about how he was a glorious fucking musician. You know how Elvis died? Yeah, not super gloriously. We're gonna go, yes, Sign of Life is good. Sign of Life is really good. Jump.com. No, stop it. I don't care about that. I don't have my glasses. It's a bit harder. Yeah, it's a bit harder. So, Sign of Life. This is the vocal only. Lately I've been listening to a lot of vocals. Look at this. So, what? No. 10 to 10. The souls. Amazing fucking song. This is badass. Really badass. So you hear other people die, and then you think, are their legacy less, right, because of how they died, right? But then at the same time, I don't think it is. I think that what if their legacy in itself was to leave torch behind? What if their legacy was not the legacy that they left in front of you, but the next generation that they left behind? I'm playing a game called Gundam. Do you know how many Gundam there is? How many seasons of Gundam there is? They're not all great. But this is one of the only series that you guys saw. Like, for example, One Piece. For example, fucking Dragon Ball. How many people that he's inspired? Right? Was Akira at his best when he finished? No, because you could argue that Dragon Ball Z was better than Super. You could argue. I'm not saying it is, you could argue. So you're saying, is it a legacy? But no, this guy inspired a whole generation of mangaka. The amount of people that came out to say, hey, thank you for everything. Chester Bennington died. The amount of people that said, hey, thank you for everything. Those people left something behind. And I think that's something we forget. I think passing the torch is often the who you pass it. Think about mangas. Let's talk about My Hero Academia. The whole plot is about this great fucking hero who is the strongest of heroes, and he gives his power to a kid that has no power. But then you realize that he didn't have a chance to. He didn't have a choice. He had to kind of give it. Why? Because he was injured and he couldn't use his power anymore. And then the whole purpose is, you took one shot, you gave it to the wrong kid. No, in this case, they gave it to the right kid, but imagine, you gave it to the wrong kid. And your whole legacy, the legacy of your teacher, it's all in the garbage. How do the deaf find the sign of... The whole song has been about being alive and feeling deaf, and he's hoping to find a sign of life, imagine. I was watching Howard Stern lately. Howard Stern, which is one of the great of television, but also as if it's an ant. Don't kill the ant. It was a mosquito. Yes, I choose which bugs I can kill. Sorry. The whole purpose was Howard Stern, such a great entertainer. Then you see his show and it's completely different. He had to change it for public control or public what you call it, PC, politically correct. And a lot of people are calling him a sellout. But then you listen to what he done and what he did, and the show that he left behind, the golden years of Howard Stern are eternal. This video is eternal. You know? I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Holy shit, I talk a lot.